Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel, and I'm your host for LV Productions. You are watching another episode of Speak Up. I have a few topics that I wanted to discuss this morning. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also subscribe to my channel, and you can leave your comments below. So let's go on to Speak Up. Okay, so I have 5 topics that I wanted to just run through. One topic I'm going to go more in depth on another video, but just wanted to get it out there. I'm sure you all have heard in the news about it, but today we'll be speaking on Viola Davis and Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Denise Richards and Aaron Piper's. Aaron has filed for divorce. Dr. Heavenly Kimes, she is running for state representative. We'll be talking about Claudia and Funky Dineva's little reuniting, and also Braxton Wells, who says that there has been a cover-up in regards to his sexual assault. I think I can say this on YouTube, hopefully I can. But he was assaulted, and it has to do with Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry Studios. There was a big cover-up of it, and he's exposing it all. Okay, so with Viola Davis and Yahya Abdul-Mateen, the second, they are set to star and produce a reimagining of David Mamet's House of Games. This is a remake film from 1987, a psychological thriller. It will focus on a psychiatrist who becomes entangled in the world of gambling after trying to help a patient with anxiety. I don't know how we got there, but it would be interesting to just see what magic that Viola and also Yahya brings to the screen. I know him famously more from Black Mirror, and I think he was on that other black superhero show that was on HBO or Showtime a few years back. Yeah, so it would be interesting. I don't know if you guys want to take a look, but that's cool if you don't, or if you do. Denise Richards and Aaron Piper's. Aaron, her husband, has filed a divorce after being married for 6 years. Of course, we know that Denise Richards is a famous film actor. We've known her since the 90s. She's been married to Charlie Sheen. She has 2 children with him. She adopted another child, Eloise, and all that good stuff. We've seen her featured on other reality shows. She had her own reality show on the E! Network at one point. Then she joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. A scandal broke out in regards to Brandon Glanville. We'll talk about that probably. But anyways, and then she just launched another reality show this year, Denise Wild Things, so on Bravo, which I think was pretty cool. I think that show was pretty good. But anyways, they are now divorcing. I was like, dang. Well, if they were able to survive what happened on Beverly Hills, because Brandon Glanville came on the second season that Denise was on, which was season 10. And she exposed Denise and her were sleeping together. And she has explained everything as Denise tricked her into sleeping with her. Meaning, Denise told Brandy that her and Aaron were in an open relationship and it was okay if they had sex. Right after they had sex, then she said, oh my God, Aaron's gonna kill me, you can't tell no one. So she came on the show to expose that. Denise, I didn't believe it. Even though Denise was making herself look bad because she wasn't really speaking up for herself and all that good stuff. It was just a mess. Even after the whole situation, Brandy seemed very obsessed. I think that even in Brandy's success, she was kind of clout chasing because she reveals other stars that she done hooked up with. It's just like, after a while, people are not going to want to deal with you as far as having sex with you. You better just go back to being a private citizen, and that's just that on that. But anyways, yeah, people made jokes on that, thinking that they're going to run and race over to Denise's house since the divorce announcement. So what Aaron is requesting for, since he filed, well, he says it was for irreconcilable differences. He wants spousal support and asks to keep their assets and debts as separate property, meaning like power tools, motorcycle, and sports car. They have no children together, but they were in the process of having Aaron adopt Denise's 3rd child, Eloise. I believe Eloise does have a disability and all that. So, but Denise does take care of Eloise. But they recently said, which is now confusing, on their last reality show that premiered, I think, in March, that divorce wasn't an option. Even if we just can't stand each other, we would, at the very most, live in separate houses. If I'm just sick of her and all that stuff, Denise said, I'm difficult to really be married to, and he kind of agreed to that. But anyways, Denise said that I'm not getting a divorce. So this will be interesting to see where this goes. Irreconcilable differences, in many cases, I just feel like is just a blanket of probably what they could say, but just not saying. For you to want spousal support, that's a little bit fishy. I'm sure your lawyer told you to do that. I mean, I thought you were successful on your own in the pharmaceutical land, so I don't know what you need with her money and needing support and all that good stuff. That's not cool, in my opinion. But we shall see what happens. I hate that for them, and prayers are with you. Okay, so also in People magazine, we are seeing that Dr. Heavenly Kimes, known for the reality show Married to Medicine, she is running for state representative in Georgia, District 93. The cosmetic dentist and entrepreneur will launch her campaign beginning July 8th, which is tomorrow, I think it is. Dr. Kimes says that she's focused on healthcare, education, small business support, and representation. Dr. Kimes says that I'm not a career politician. I am a mom, a doctor, a business owner, and I'm not afraid to stand up for what I believe in. So you can take a look at the snippet that Dr. Kimes has come up with.
District 93, I'm ready, and I'm walking in my purpose. I bring a unique and needed voice, a Black woman doctor under the gold dome that's powerful, that's perspective, that's present, and that's exactly what Georgia needs right now. I stand before you not as a politician, but as a mother, a wife, a doctor, a business owner, and a proud servant of this community. I'm running for state representative in District 93 because I believe this is bigger than politics. This is purpose. This is a calling from God, and when God puts something on your heart, you don't run from it. You rise up. I need you. Go to drheavenlyforgeorgia.com, make a donation. Every single dollar counts. Volunteer, tell a friend, follow and share our campaign on your social media. Let them know we're not waiting. We're moving. Let's make history together. Let's bring power back to the people, and let's go all the way to the Capitol. Thank you. God bless you, and let's get to work.
Okay, so I'll say this. Congratulations, Dr. Kimes, Dr. Heavenly. All I can say is do it. And we see the type of brand that runs for office and gets elected. We got Jason Lee over in California. He's been elected. So go for it. I think your reality presence and some of the things that you said and done will come into question, and I'm sure people are going to do it. They're going to do it. And I guess this is the best time. If Damon is cheating, we're going to actually find out about it, because what wasn't brought out on the reality show will be brought out during your run. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully you're not interfered by that, but a lot of people don't like you in regards to your television personality. I love you, but hey, everybody isn't everyone's cup of tea. So run, Dr. Kimes, run. Okay, so on our next topic, fourth topic, Claudia Jordan and Funky Dineva. There was an event during Essence Fest that Funky had, and Claudia showed up at. There is a clip that I will show you that you may have seen online. It states that Funky wants to work with Claudia again, and there wasn't really anything that deep that should be holding them back, and it shouldn't have gotten as serious as it was. So take a look at this clip.
Yeah, like, where is the leg popped up? And go on to the next thing, Claudia popped up. And I was like, fuck. Like, we had like, oh my God. I thought about it, I said, I ain't really got no issue with that lady. Like, I don't, like, yeah, there are certain things I didn't like, and I'm sure she can say the same thing about me. I was like, but bitch, Claudia was a good motherfucking time. Claudia was a good time. I want to work with you again. We had lightning in the bottle. We just fucking did it. The space is there for us. Maybe Iyanla need to come in and sit down with all of us. I don't want no niggas involved. But here is what I'm saying out loud and in color. I want a deal where all of us come in equal pay, equal say so, neutral producers. We will work again if you're open to it.
We love it.
Thank you for that. I just want people around me to work to make money. And I really hated when things went left because I just think I always get blamed for everything. And I always loved.
Now, a lot of people online are saying that he apologized. I didn't hear any apology. And for some reason you wanted to bring out this beef, and I'm talking about a year ago, between you and Claudia. You were more on Al's side. There was this whole thing. Armand was pulled from different directions. He was warned by Funky to not trust Claudia, So Armand ended up exposing Al, and then that was basically the end of the show. After, y'all remember what Armand did, Armand Wiggins. I could talk about him, but that was kind of last week's news, and I really have to stay on it with the news that is going on in the world. Anyways, it feels like when he says, I miss us. You ever hear like that old lover who may have just treated you wrong says, I miss us? First and foremost, I'll say this much. Funky Dineva is a pioneer in this whole YouTube world. And I will never discount him, discredit him, disrespect him. He is a force of nature. He's polarizing for some. Most of the time, I'm kind of like towards him because I think he says a lot of things, ignorant things, for a well-educated man that in some type of way it works for him. He gets the fame or whatever, but it just still makes him, he's very controversial. I'll say that much. So Claudia, you saw hugged and all that stuff. For me, I would not trust Funky in business like this again. That's just me. Because I would love to know, what have you learned? Because you're too busy with telling Armand that he needs to grow up, which is true. I mean, he displayed it when he didn't read the room in regards to the stuff that he did outside of the courthouse after Diddy's verdict was given to us. But it seems like there's some growing up that you need to do, sir. Respect to who you are, but also have to call you out. What have you learned? You wanted to show Fox Soul who you were and how influential you were on YouTube. Cool. I mean, at this point, that momentum has died down, and nobody's really on you at this moment that heat like that before. You know, like they were really ooh, because I mean, there's nothing to compete up against now. The last big thing that you got noted for is that you said that you were going to slap Tasha K. Okay. I have no clue why you said that. Whatever. Since your departure, who have you worked with? You were a guest on the podcast, the music podcast, because I think the Fox Soul has given you other opportunities. However, what is out there to say that you won't crash out again? How have you proven that? Where is the growth at? Because to sit there and dog out Claudia, and then Claudia in turn did it to you. She wasn't going to do that. Are you still friends with Al Reynolds? Because he's the puppeteer of all of this crap, even though you were doing your thing behind the scenes. So, at least my trust level, I wouldn't trust him to do business. Now, if you want to do some type of trial run to see what's up with him, because again, what's going to stop him from crashing out again on you, Claudia? Because whatever, he had a great opportunity, and I'm glad that he chose himself and chose to be respected than just taking scraps from Fox Soul, but ended up burning the whole house down with people and connections and relationships. Because I think Claudia said she didn't even know that they had beef. It wasn't until Armand spoke up about the stuff that was going on that she knew that something was up. So, yeah. No, you're not trustworthy, in my opinion. And you need to prove yourself. What? Funky Don Even needs to prove himself? Yes. I believe so. I believe so. And yet you haven't. Sorry. You just got other opportunities to be a guest on. Who have you worked with? You haven't worked with anyone since you left that show. I would just, I can't even say that to forgive him. He didn't really apologize. But if you just want to let it go, Claudia, cool. Be in business with him? I would. But y'all can give me your thoughts below. Okay, so for the fifth topic I have, his name is Braxton Wells, and according to, I guess, where he was in the Tyler Perry spectrum as far as TV. He was on the Oval also, as we know, as in Derek Dixon, who is suing in a civil case for sexual harassment against Tyler Perry personally. That's the only one. Braxton Wells' story is more colorful. The vice president of Tyler Perry Studios, Braxton is accusing him of sexually assaulting him. And I should just say, this is a trigger warning if you have been attacked or violated in any way. I'm forewarning you as to what's happening. I'm not going into depth of anything. In his videos on Instagram, he doesn't go into what happened to him as far as the assault. He goes into the aftermath. He lives in California, but was traveling to Georgia to film for the Oval. The dude assaulted him. He ended up confessing it to a lawyer. He went to 3 lawyers altogether, and they were all basically, you could say, in relationship with each other. They were telling him things to do, but it was in a way in a favor of Tyler Perry Studios. It felt like HR, because they're going to do what best is going to represent the company. It felt like that as far as what he was saying, but he was trying to get different lawyers. He didn't know his rights. As far as reporting any type of assault, it has to be within a 2-year period, which is quite crazy, Georgia. That's very crazy. And I'm just giving you a gist of what I heard. But he's going to all these people. They're not really giving him anything. It ended up getting back to Tyler Perry about it, and they came back to him. One of the lawyers was like, well, here's a settlement for you. You have to sign an NDA to not say anything, da-da-da-da-da. He said that he was manipulated and forced into this NDA. And I think at the moment, he's talking with Gloria Allred as far as one of the posts on there. However, in the video, he's basically saying that he'd rather represent himself because he doesn't trust anyone, because nobody was really telling him anything. He doesn't understand how he was forced into this NDA and didn't see a judge or anything, da-da-da-da-da. So he's going for criminal and I think civil too. I think he is. Of course, I can go into more depth. People say where there's smoke, there's fire. That's true. I don't know. And also let me bring up that Braxton went to Derek Dixon's lawyer that's currently suing Tyler Perry. The lawyer doesn't want to help him. He wants Braxton to testify on behalf of Derek Dixon's case to take down Tyler Perry. So I understand why he wouldn't want any type of representation, because these lawyers are shiesty. What are you talking about? You can't take on his claim, sir? So something is wrong. Something ain't right in the pudding. I kind of feel like things were brought to Tyler Perry, and he just told people beneath him, take care of it. He may not even know the whole situation. It's just a claim, Braxton says that he's a military veteran. I know they're going to use that against him. They're going to think that he's probably not even knowing the specifics, Tyler Perry, of what they probably have done to take care of it. I'm just saying that. I'm giving Tyler Perry some rope in this whole situation. I just don't know if there's smoke, for real, or fire. I think some people are banging pots together. That's the most that I can see at the moment. Braxton, I hope you get what you need. There's this whole cover-up. He even said that he went to SAG-AFTRA. That's the union for the actors. And they wouldn't help him. You know Tyler Perry has been somewhat anti-union. So you can't just say, oh, well, he got them. No, under his. No, he ain't got that. Not in my opinion. You know, if y'all think something else, think something else. But I just don't know. And it seems like, if it is true, Tyler Perry Studios got a quite brand that they will really mess with, or at least the ones that'll come out. They either white or light brown. It's like, okay. I'm just saying. But yeah, I hope you get the results that you need. Hopefully the truth all comes out. I don't think that he should be brushed away, whatever's going on. But at this point, he just says that he's not afraid of anyone anymore. And to me, he's going rogue. Again, I'll go into more details or in more depth later on this week in regards to all of this. But you may have heard other people reporting it. Cool. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on everything that I've discussed today. On if you're interested or not in it, let me know. That's all I do have on this episode of Speak Up. Again, like this video. Also, you can subscribe and you can leave your comments below. Until the next one, peace.